Hi, thanks for downloading the Group Expense Split Calculator from SaavriNX. This simple to use Group Expense Split Calculator can be used to split expenses occurred with a maximum of 12 friends. It is very easy to use, and in just a few steps you can easily split expenses with your friends or colleague. As you open the download, you will see 3 tabs or sheets, that is Home, Expense and Report. Currently you are on the first page or home sheet. Now the first step is to enter the names of the friends in your group with whom you want to split the expenses in this D column of the Home tab. For the sake of this example, I am writing 5 friends or colleagues' name like Anil, Sunil, Deepak, Manish and Menka. Now the expenses can be split in 3 ways: split equally, split unequally by percentage, or split unequally by amount. I'll show the use of it in the expense sheet in the next slide. Now let's go to the expenses sheet. We are now in the expenses sheet. You can see the names of 5 friends we have entered in the home sheet are reflected here. Let's start entering the values from row number 7. For the sake of this example, I am recording 3 transactions. Let's enter the fields. Please note that the columns amount, paid by and split type are the mandatory fields for the calculation. Rest columns you can give any values. The calculation is not dependent on these columns. These are only for your reference. Let's now record some transactions. Date, let's say 20th February 2023. Transaction is breakfast. Amount, let's say 200. Category, you may leave blank. Now paid by is important. As you click on this paid by field or cell, you will see a drop down box. You can choose from the list of friends you have created initially. Let's say I choose Anil. It means Anil has paid the expense for breakfast on that day. Now choose split type, and you will see a drop down box here also. If suppose you want to split the expenses equally to friends, you must choose the split equal option. The amount spent will now be split to all the friends equally. You don't have to calculate or enter the values manually. Let's enter the second example. Date, let's say 21st of February 23. Transaction is lunch. Amount, let's say 300. Category, you may leave blank. Paid by, let's say Sunil. Now suppose if you want to split the expense unequally percentage wise, you must choose split unequal percentage. So split type, let's choose split unequal percentage. Here you have to enter the values manually. Just keep this in mind that while choosing split unequal percentage, enter percentage share in decimals only. For example, 50% you should write 0.5 and so on. Also be sure that total of percentage should be 100%. If the total is less than 100%, the text color will change to purple. Whereas, if the total is more than 100%, the text color will change to red. So this is the indicator. The text should always be black. So now, let's enter some values. Anil, 0.2. Sunil, let's say 0.3 or 30%. And Deepak, let's say 0.5 or 50%. Now see, the text color is black again. Let's enter the third transaction. Date, let's say 22nd February 2023. Transaction is dinner. Amount, let's say 400. Category, you may leave blank. Paid by, let's say Dilip. Now suppose if you want to split the expense unequally amount wise, you must choose split unequal amount. So split type, let's choose split unequal amount. Here also you have to enter the values manually. While choosing split unequal amount, be sure that the total of amount split should be equal to amount value in the column C. So now let's enter the values as Anil 100, Sunil 50, Dilip 50, Manish 100 and Menka 100. Now the total amount is equal to 400. Here our transaction entry is complete for now. Let's move on to the report tab or sheet. In the report sheet, you will see 4 columns: friend, net balance, receivable amount and payable amount, and some values extracted and calculated from the expenses sheet and are auto-populated here. Now to understand this report sheet, just click here to choose a friend from the drop-down menu. Let's say we choose Anil. As you choose a friend to check his dues, the values will auto-populate in green horizontally and in red vertically. Green values indicate amount receivable from the friends mentioned, and the red values indicate amount payable to the friends mentioned. In this example, you can see that Anil has a receivable balance of $40 from Manish and Menka each, and he has a payable balance of $80 to Sunil and Deepak, which you can tally here also. In the same way, you can check the balances of rest of the friends. And here is the summary. Total expenses occurred is 900 and the split expense is also 900 for the example we have taken. But the big question is, how will you square up the transactions, or how is the repayment entry done? For this, we now have to enter the values as and when any of the friends pays off his dues. Let's say Manish wants to pay off his dues. So in the friends column, let's choose Manish. Now we will see that Manish has no receivable amount but has to pay $40 and $100 to Anil and Deepak respectively. Now let's go to the expenses sheet once again. Enter the date and transaction as repayment. Amount as 140. Paid by is Manish. Split type is split unequal amount since we know the amount, and enter the value 40 under Anil and 100 under Deepak. Now return back to the report sheet. See, the amount payable by Manish is now auto-populated and squared up as 0. You can square up all the dues in the same way for all the remaining friends. Just remember, you have to only enter the payable amounts of any friend. The receivables will automatically be squared up in the end. I hope you have now understood how to use this sheet. If there is still any query, you can ask in mail at manishbox5@gmail.com. I'll be happy to help you. Thanks once again for shopping at SaavriNX. Have a good day.